Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to TMMS Educational videos. In this channel, you will learn physics, chemistry, and maths concepts of senior school. I have been teaching since 1981, and you can learn all the tricks and tips I have collected in all these years. Also, 80% of my students secure 90% plus marks and have a history of toppers of number of schools in the ICSE board exam. If you are new to my channel, click on that subscribe button and comment on what you think of it. I'd love to hear from you. Distance Formula Part 2. In this video, we will be learning the tips and tricks of using the distance formula in different situations brought to us in the various questions during the examination. Let us first look at the important tips to remember. Tip number 1, D is equal to, this D stands for distance, is equal to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now this formula you must remember by heart. Tip number 2, a point on x-axis is represented as x, 0. So the coordinates of the points will be x, 0. The x coordinate will be x and the y coordinate will be 0. Similarly, a point on y-axis is 0, y. So x coordinate or abscissa becomes 0 and y coordinate will be y. And the third tip I will reveal at the end of the video. So why don't you consider watching this video till the end to get mastery over the topic? Now let us see how we learn to use the tips that we have seen in our questions. Now during the examination, if you have a question like this, find the area of the circle whose center is 0, 2 and passes through a point 3, 6. Take pi equal to 3.14. Now even if you don't like this question, the first thing you should do is draw the diagram. So we show a diagram like this, a rough diagram of course, where O is the center, which is 0, 2 and A is 3, 6. And so we are going to consider one of them is x1, y1 and the other one will be x2, y2. Now out here, can you see that 3 minus 0 and 6 minus 2 will be easier, and so we will call this as x2, y2 and this one as x1, y1. So we write just that. Can you see this? And now using the distance formula, which is under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, we will have therefore AO will be equal to under root. Now we are doing x2 minus x1. So this is x2, this is x1. So we will write 3 minus 0 plus we do y2 minus y1 means 6 minus 2. Be very careful about the order. If you do 3 minus 0, this should be 6 minus 2. If you do 0 minus 3, it should be 2 minus 6. So the order is very important. So remember, tip number 1 is to remember your distance formula and correctly substitute in it. So that will give us under root. This will be 3 square plus this will be 4 square and that will give us under root 9 plus 16, which is under root 25, and that is equal to, we will write it as 5 units. Now understand that the distances in coordinate geometry will never have a unit called centimeter, meter, because on the coordinate system each unit can have any value, because it is representing certain values, like 1 unit could be 1 centimeter, 1 kilometer, we do not know. So we just write it as unit. And also when we take the square root, we do not write plus or minus signs because all the distances by default will be positive. And so 5 units is AO. 5 units is the value of AO. And so what is our AO? If you look in the diagram, isn't that the radius? And so we get the radius as 5 units. Now the next part asks us to find the area of the circle. Now the area of the circle is going to be equal to pi r square, which is equal to 3.14 multiplied by 5 square. And so it will be 314 upon 100 multiplied by 25. And now 25 goes 4 times here. Then you will have 2 goes twice and 2 will go here, 2 ones, 2 fives and 2 sevens, and so you will have 157 upon 2, which will give us our value as 2 sevens 14, 2 eights 16 and 2 fives 10. So you will have 78.5 unit square, and that is our answer. Now we come to question number 2. Find the coordinates of a point on y-axis 5 units from 3, 6. Now here again what we need to do is to draw the diagram. We will call this point as A and we will call this point as B. Now 5 units is the distance between A and B. Can you see this? And the point is lying on y-axis. So B is going to lie on y-axis. Remember tip number 2. What did I tell you tip number 2? That point on y-axis is going to be represented as 0, y. And so B is going to be 0, y. And now we are going to use the distance formula. Why should we use the distance formula? Because the distance has been given and the coordinates of this point we know totally completely, and here we have the unknown. So how will we link this with this and this? Obviously it will be distance formula, and so for that we have to know tip number 1. What is tip number 1? Know the distance formula by heart. What is our distance formula? D is equal to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So which one will be our x1 and y1? Which one will be x2 and y2? Now here I am going to have y here. So y minus 6 will be wiser to write rather than 6 minus y. So I will take this as x2, y2. So we write just that. So we written just this, and now we say using distance formula, D is equal to, we write the formula as I told you in tip number 1, essential for you to know this by heart. Now we have x2 minus x1. Now look at this, x2 and x1. So 0 minus 3. Are we getting it? Now here we have y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1, y minus 6. Easy? Now let us see how we can use this formula. D is equal to 5 units, so we have 5. Now here we'll have to square both sides. So squaring, we will have 25 equal to 0 minus 3 is minus 3 whole square, and plus here it will be y squared minus 12y plus 36. Can you see how neatly we present this? Do not write your solution in erratic manner. If you write it in erratic manner and unpresentable manner, the examiner is going to find very difficult to give you marks. And so in order to get full marks, you must show proper presentation of your work. And so we will have 25 equal to 9 plus y squared minus 12y plus 36. And that will give us, therefore 0 is equal to y squared minus 12y. Now 36 and 9 will give us 45, and then we'll have here minus 25. And so we just keep on solving this. Now this is where you are going to factorize this. It's going to be a trinomial. I'm giving you time starting now. Come on, complete this and get me the answer. Check the step now. Did you get the factors right? That's right, minus 10 and minus 2. And then we factorize like so. And this is where we apply the zero product rule. And we get two values of y. And what is a y? It is the y coordinate of b. And so we will write therefore b is equal to 0, 10 or b is equal to 0, 2. So you got that right. Give yourself a star. Well done. This brings to another type of question. Show that P, Q, R are coordinates of a right-angled isosceles triangle. Now, even before we start to solve this, we need to understand right-angled isosceles triangle means one of the angles is going to be 90 degrees. Isosceles means the two sides are going to be equal. And so we will just draw a rough diagram and we draw any triangle. We don't have to show right triangle because we do not know which one is right angle. Now in this triangle, I have just shown the coordinates of P, Q and R as they have been given in the question. Now what I need to do is I need to find the distance PQ, distance QR and distance PR. Now I'm not going to sit and write x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. I'm just going to write it into a general formula. So we will say using the distance formula. And distance formula is d is under root. What is our tip number 1? Do you know this by heart? You must write it simultaneously quickly. You can pause the video if you wish to, but you should be able to participating in this. If you don't do this yourself, it's going to be difficult for you to learn it mentally. So you have to take a pen and paper and you should be writing this. Now what we are going to do is the first thing. First thing, we are going to take distance PQ. Now distance PQ, I will keep the two brackets ready. Now x2 minus x1 means I will take this x2 and this x1. So it will be 5 minus 0. Are we getting it? Now we have y2 minus y1. What is y2? This one. 5 minus 0 again. So it becomes 5 minus 0. Right? So that will give us under root 5 square plus 5 square. Correct? And that gives us under root, this is 25 plus 25, which is going to be 50. Got that right? Okay. Now, remember, we have to prove that it's a right-angled isosceles triangle. And so, we should be actually finding PQ square. So, I'll write PQ square directly. So, PQ square is going to be 50 square units. And when we got PQ over here, we write here as only units. We come to the second part. The second part is where we have to find QR. And again, we will put this root sign and we will again keep the two brackets ready. And now you are going to substitute and you are going to find QR square. And then the third part is where you are going to find the PR square. Again, we will keep this ready. All of you know how to substitute this. Sorry, this should be PR. PR will be equal to under root of this. And therefore, PR square you will get as sub value. Now, keep the video on pause and you are going to work it out and you are going to do this right and you all are going to get stars. Come on, start now. Check your steps. Did you get QR as under root 100? Look at this. So QR square becomes 100 square units. Now, PR came out to be this way, root of 50. So PR square becomes 50 square units. Now we have to prove that it's an isosceles right triangle. So statement number 4, we say PQ square equal to PR square is equal to 50 square units. That is PQ equal to PR. Therefore, triangle PQR is isosceles triangle. Then we come to fifth statement. In our fifth statement, we will see that QR square is equal to 100 square units, which is equal to PQ square plus PR square, because PQ square is 50 and PR square is 50 square units. So 50 and 50 gives us 100. And so you will see that QR square is equal to PQ square plus PR square. That will make QR as the hypotenuse. So this is the converse of Pythagoras theorem. So you will say, therefore, we will have QR is hypotenuse, and therefore opposite QR will be angle P is 90 degrees, and therefore triangle PQR is an isosceles right triangle, and we have proved it by statement 4 and 5, and that is our answer. Now, how many of you got this right? Got this right? And were you able to see this relationship? Come on, give yourself a star. Now we come to another one. Show that A 7,3, B 6,3 plus root 3, C 5,3 form an equilateral triangle. Now here some of you may get worried for this, but not to worry, this is absolutely easy. Just remember the tips I've told you. What is the first tip? Know the distance formula very well. And so that is exactly what you have to do. But first draw the diagram. So using distance formula, D is equal to under root. You know tip number 1. You remember this, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, right? Okay. Now, because it is equilateral triangle to be proved, we have to find the sides, because equilateral triangles will have all three sides equal. So we have to find side AB, then BC, then AC. Now many of you will get worried for this. Don't worry. Just keep in mind that it will be x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1. Keep this format ready. X2 minus x1 becomes 6 minus 7, and that bracket square. Now y2 minus y1 will be 3 plus root 3 minus 3. So easy. Was that difficult? Tell me. Not at all. Okay. So now that will give us over here 6 minus 7 is minus 1. So minus 1 whole square, and plus here 3 got cancelled, and root 3 whole square is 3. And so you will have under root 1 plus 3, which is equal to under root 4, which is equal to 2 units. Was that difficult? Not at all. Now, you're going to keep this on pause, and you're going to find BC exactly the same way, and then you're going to find AC exactly the same way. Keep this format ready, and here you will, when you take BC, you will take this minus this minus this, and this minus this. Getting it? Your time starts now. Come on, do it quickly, and let's see who gets all stars. Check your steps. Did we get this right? Look carefully. Keep it on pause. Did you get it right? So you deserve another star. Now, what will we say from statement 1, 2 and 3? AB equal to BC equal to AC. And how much is that? That's right, it is 2 units. And therefore, we will say that triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle. Why is it an equilateral triangle? Because all sides are equal. And that is our answer. Is it easy? I told you it will be easy. Let us look at question number 5. Find the points on x-axis whose distances from points A 4, 3 and B 2, -6 are in the ratio 1:2. Now here, the points on x-axis. Remember tip number 2. The point on x-axis will be x, 0. And we write just that by drawing the diagram. So we have shown the diagram, point A and B with their coordinates. And P is lying on x-axis because we had to find the points on x-axis. So we say that let that point be P, which lies on x-axis. And so we say let P equal to x, 0. That is our tip number 2. And now if the distances of this point from A and B are in the ratio 1:2, we will write PA is to PB is equal to 1:2. And so we can also write it as PA upon PB is equal to 1/2. Now remember, your PA is going to be under root x minus 4 whole square plus 0 minus 3 whole square. So we are going to struggle with lots of root signs. And so what are we going to do? We are going to therefore say, therefore PA square upon PB square is equal to 1/4. We have to square this. And that is our tip number 3, which I told you right in the beginning of the video. Tip number 3 is if a point is dividing the line segment in a ratio or the ratios of distances are given, then what we have to do is we have to square this so that it becomes easier for us. So we are going to write using distance is equal to under root. It will be x2 minus x1 whole square. Look very carefully. And here plus y2 minus y1 whole square. But we are going to get the square. So we'll use d square is equal to x2 minus x1 whole square. And plus we will write y2 minus y1 whole square. Did you understand the tip number 3? So we are going to use PA square. Separately we will take PA square. PA square, we will keep the brackets ready for x2 minus x1 whole square and y2 minus y1 whole square. So PA will be x2 minus x1. I will have to use this as x2. So this minus this will give us x minus 4. And this minus this will give us 0 minus 3. And that will give us x minus 4 whole square plus minus 3 whole square, that is 9. Okay, then your PB square is going to be equal to, again we will keep the two brackets ready for x2 minus x1 and y2 minus y1. And so for PB it will be x minus 2 and 0 minus 6. So x minus 2 I'm writing, and 0 minus 6 becomes 0 plus 6. And that will give us x minus 2 whole square plus 36. Are we getting it? Now we have to substitute this in this. Can you see this? So we are going to write that. Now write it neatly. PA square upon PB square is equal to 1 upon 4. And so we are going to substitute. Therefore, x minus 4 whole square plus 9 upon x minus 2 whole square plus 36 is equal to 1 upon 4. Easy? Open the brackets. Which formula are we using here? A minus b whole square. What is a minus b whole square? You must know these formulae by heart. It is a square minus 2ab plus b square. And so in the numerator, a square means x squared, minus 2ab becomes minus 8x, plus b square becomes plus 16 plus 9 as it is. Denominator, this is again a minus b whole square. So it becomes x squared minus 4x plus 4 plus 36. Can you see how fast it is going? Are we getting this? Now, let us simplify it further. Can we simplify it further? Then cross multiply. Can we do that? Let's see how you can simplify this. I'm giving you time. Put it on pause. Check your answers. Check your factors. Look at all the steps nicely. Did you get it right? Very good. You are becoming an expert. Well done. Let us come to our last question for this video. Question number 6. The distance of P, x comma y from the points A minus 4 comma 7 and B 2 comma minus 1 are in the ratio 3:2. Show that 5x squared plus 5y squared minus 68x plus 74y plus 215 is equal to 0. Now, when I have done a question like this with my students, they all say, oh no, I don't like it. But it is pretty simple. Now, all you have to do is understand that the distance of P from the points A and B are in the ratio. So that means PA is to PB is 3:2. And so we just show it with a diagram like this. So we have written PA is to PB is 3:2. Now everybody knows how to draw the diagram. Now remember the tip number 3 I told you. That is, if you are given a ratio, then immediately you will say PA square upon PB square will be equal to the square of the ratio, that is 3 square upon 2 square, which means it will be 9:4. Did we get this? Was it easy? Now, for PA, we are going to use the distance formula. What is our distance formula? Distance formula is under root. Come on, say it. Were you able to remember this? That's right. So that is well done for you. Now, d square will be, because we are taking the square, we will take x2 minus x1 whole square plus we will write y2 minus y1 whole square. And so, we are going to find the value of PA square will be equal to, we will keep the two brackets ready for x2 minus x1 and y2 minus y1. So what are brackets? X minus 4 means x plus 4 and y minus 7. Are we getting it? Now we take PB square. Now PB square, again we'll keep the two brackets ready for x2 minus x1 and y2 minus y1. So we have x minus and y minus minus means y plus 1. Did you get this right? Now, tell me what we should be doing. We will write PA square upon PB square is equal to 9 upon 4. We will write that. And then we will substitute the values. PA square will be x plus 4 whole square plus y minus 7 whole square upon PB square is x minus 2 whole square plus y plus 1 whole square, and that will be equal to 9 upon 4, right? Now we'll have to open the brackets here. We are using the identity x plus y whole square, that is x squared plus 2xy plus y squared, so it becomes x squared plus 8x plus 16, and here it becomes like x minus y whole squared, so it becomes x squared minus 2xy plus y squared, so it is y squared minus 14y plus 49, correct? In the denominator, tell me x squared minus 4x plus 4, and here y squared plus 2y plus 1, and that's equal to 9 upon 4. Getting it? Now we need to just see what we can add or subtract. So we have x squared plus y squared plus 8x minus 14y, and 16 and 49 when you add you get plus 65. Denominator x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 2y plus 5 equal to 9 upon 4. And now we cross multiply. Now when we cross multiply, remember we have to rearrange all the terms, bring them all one side so that you'll get it as equal to 0. Now I'm going to ask you to do that on your own. Write this much down, cross multiply, get the answer. Your time starts now. Check the answers. Check your steps. Did you get it right? Just see your cross multiplication. All the steps are right. See how I marked the like terms here so that there should be no confusion. See there? Look at that. Look at that. And then we write this. Didn't we get what we were asked to prove? And so we say over here it is proved. Now remember to present your work neatly like this. You will always get your full marks. Your examiner will have no problem giving you full marks. Make sure that your work is understood properly. Apply the knowledge that you learned. Remember the tips. You will always get your full marks, but you must practice. That is the key to success. Now let us come to the tip number 3, which I told you at the end of the video. I'm going to show you. So, how many of you got this absolutely right? Give yourself a nice star. Well done. Those who got it right, well done. Those who didn't, try again. You have to practice. So as we come to the end of the video, I told you that I will reveal tip number 3, which we've already actually used for the last 2 questions. If a point divides a line segment in the ratio like so, if we have line segment AB and point P is dividing AB in the ratio M is to N, then AP upon PB will be equal to M upon N. But because it is distance formula, square up the ratios. So AP square upon PB square becomes M square upon N square, and then our calculations become absolutely easy. They are less complicated, and what we get is full marks. So now that you understood the distance formula and how to use it, open your textbook and practice. Did you find this video helpful? Do let me know in the comment box. How many of you got 1 star? How many of you got 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars? Let me know in the comment box, and thank you for watching. For more information on the concepts of maths, physics, and chemistry, subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so you will be updated whenever I upload a new video, and enjoy learning the easy way.